Welcome back, everybody.
Morning, guys.
Joe here.
Kevin.
All right, season 7 of Mad Men. I think that this season's been very complex so far. We've had a couple Kubrickian references in the last episode.
Last couple.
Episodes,
Last couple.
Shocking, absolutely shocking moment with Ginsburg.
Yeah.
Did not see that coming at all.
I didn't look at comments on Patreon, but that caught me way off guard.
Yeah.
And it was so
It
graphic.
wasn't discussed that much on Patreon,
Really?
which I was kind of surprised about.
Right.
I think it's, Ginsburg slipping through the cracks a little bit there. I knew he was neurotic.
Yeah, he's always been high strung, maybe would be a fair way to put it, but
I thought him breaking was him at Peggy's apartment.
yeah, I
Him
kind of
getting
did
handsy,
too.
him
Right.
getting physical. I was like, that's not okay, obviously, And then he shows up to the office and with a piece of himself in a box. And it's like, whoa.
It makes sense though that Peggy's wasn't his breaking point and that he did or his recovery point.
Yeah.
I don't know that he is equipped or has like the psychological mechanisms to self-correct.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't think trying to kiss Peggy and him like, whoa, this has gone too far. Let me reel it back in. I don't think he has those coping mechanisms
Sure.
to reel it back in himself. I think he's a guy that's always been kind of destined to spin out of control in the world.
It's just interesting that they had that be his conclusion.
Sure.
We're assuming that's his conclusion.
I'd be surprised if he shows back up on the show to work again. I really would.
Either way, the actor killed it.
Oh,
fantastic performance.
He was great.
And then one thing I want to touch upon, which I don't think they're going to focus on too much, but it wasn't this last episode, it was the episode before, where Don kind of relapses and Freddy has to come to the rescue. We had a really interesting moment with the guy from IBM that he was talking to the whole episode.
Yeah.
Or who left IBM. And he looks at him and he says, "You have many names," right?
Right.
It's basically calling this guy the devil. And it's like, why? Is that just Don, like, being crazy?
I feel like that is kind of like Don's cracking moment that we've been waiting for.
Sure.
You know?
I just, the symbolism is probably lost upon me, but I'm like, why is he calling the guy from IBM the devil? Is it at the death of work that they knew as they knew it? I mean, like, because obviously computers do take over, and it makes that job different, a lot easier, maybe in some.
I mean, that's what Ginsburg's big fear of it was the computer kind of. Well, his was going to make us gay, but I think the idea of being replaced by the computers. I mean, that everyone was having that conversation, right? Sure. How many of us are getting replaced by this adding machine, basically?
And it went from being so cordial to just full on, "You're the devil."
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It did.
Obviously, he had Johnny Walker.
It was the drinking, and that's when Don's cracks really show, right? When he gets drunk.
Yeah.
I felt like we've gotten past it now. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I feel like Don is legitimately on the upswing. I don't think there's going to be a moment where everyone's like, "Okay, Don, you're out of the doghouse." I think he's just going to naturally get there.
I hope so.
Right? I think there's going to be a point where everyone just chills out on him. And then we have to have the conversation. Like I keep predicting this, and I hope I'm right. Where then we have to have the conversation of if Don suddenly does, or somehow does find himself being a more self-possessed, real person who doesn't hate himself.
Yeah.
Does he then have the conversation with himself about, is this really what I want? Now that I've got it back fully, is this what I want?
I think that's what's going to be, because this season's we've been spending so much time with him trying to get back in good graces at
Sure,
Cooper,
right.
and even just get in the door. We saw the scene with Cutler where he comes in and he's like, "Fine, fire me."
Right.
You know what I mean? And it worked.
Yeah, it was definitely a play.
And once he gets to the top again, what's that going to look like? I don't think he's going to be content. I don't think he's going to be happy. I think he will have some introspective moment where he's like, "I'm over this."
I mean, maybe. I either think he's going to be like, I can be happy, but not here.
Sure.
Or maybe he just, at some point on some crazy level, decides he can be happy with his life.
Well,
maybe that's where we get to.
I don't think it's going to be with Megan.
No. Megan's over. Yeah, for sure.
And she keeps hanging around. We keep getting this. We keep getting these moments where they fight. He goes to California. She ends up staying alone, and he leaves angry. And obviously, the last episode, they had a hookup with her friend. And
I don't think that's going to play well overall. I really
didn't
don't.
Play well then. It was awkward the next morning.
I don't think it's going to rescue them. And the stuff with his, Anna's niece is just weird to me.
Very strange. Very strange.
And I've been
jealousy from Megan.
Right. I've been on Megan's side since we met her when it comes to Dawn.
First time I was kind of like, all right, what are you doing?
No, once she he wanted to sit down and talk with her after they hooked up, and she's like, I'm a big girl. I know what I'm doing. Just stop, relax. I was like, okay.
I was more talking about
side.
her response to Anna's niece. How it was kind of weird. How she's
No, that was totally weird. That's
shove her out the door. It was weird.
That's what I'm saying. That's the one moment where it was like I've been on Megan's side the whole way through until that, and I don't know why that of all things is her breaking point. Don has done so many worse things than fly to California to make sure his pregnant, homeless, broke niece is okay.
Yeah, and she thinks that she had a line where she was like, "Yeah, you're in New York by yourself. What are you doing?"
Well, then be mad about that.
Only time she's been
Right.
suspicious of him ever cheating on her, and to her knowledge, she has no idea he's ever cheated on her or the extent of it. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So it's a really, really, really weird situation that both of them are in right now.
But it just needs to end. We do want to go get started here. I want to thank all of our Patreon subscribers for being here. I'll give a special shout out to Actuarial Lurker, Balas Foldes, Chris, Jeff, NJ, Surya Gunavarapu, and Weird Magic. Thank you so much, guys. We're very happy you're here with us.
Yes, we are. And if you guys are watching this on YouTube for the first time, welcome to our channel. If you might hit the like button for us, leave us a comment down below, and please hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on the new content we've coming your way.
If you'd like to see a full-length reaction to this and everything else we watched or are watching, please check out a link in the description below to our Patreon page. On every show we're watching, including Mad Men, we are at least 4 episodes ahead on Patreon of where we are on YouTube. Yeah, so if you get done watching this on YouTube, and like to keep going, you can do it there. You will have to sync and watch along on your own source material. You will only see and hear us for copyright purposes. We're also watching 30 Rock as a Patreon exclusive. Right, I don't think we have another major crash from Dawn because there's not much time left.
It'd be weird if they did, right?
Right. I feel like we had it. We had a really close one that Freddy saved him on.
Sure.
I think that Dawn has kind of refocused himself. I think now is Dawn's upswing.
I was worried there for a second whenever he was drinking in the office.
It would have been a weird choice for him to like end right there like that. But not outside the realm of possibility.
It's the final season, so I am expecting
right.
big things to happen. But the show is very well paced and it takes its time.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm sorry to bother you, but we're the people who paid for your meal. And as much as I'm committed to you enjoying your food while it's still piping hot.
Oh, this is the burger place.
I have to beat my husband home.
Would your husband be happy if you were late but had another $10?
Well, I guess it would help.
Yeah.
Good evening, ma'am. What's your name, little girl?
Go faster. She wants to leave. Yeah.
What's your favorite thing about Burger Chef? The taste or the price?
It's near my house.
Usually that you can get out of here fast. Yeah.
Does your husband ever pick it up?
Oh, he wouldn't do that. It's bad enough that I'm not making dinner. Is that all?
Give her the $10.
Convenience.
Yeah.
Come back soon.
Most of the time, that people don't care about taste. I mean, it's fast food.
Right.
It's convenience.
2 more families and Chinese for us.
This is a cool set.
It really is.
Every time they do the planes, I love it.
Let me at least pay for the theater tickets.
Get them for free.
Well, I'm going to buy you a pair of loafers on Fifth Avenue.
You seem nice. Yeah.
She's probably more confused that her parents aren't actually divorced.
So that's something that bothers you.
Well, it should.
I remember you.
You can't just walk in here.
Bonnie, this is Meredith.
Do you want me to come and get you in 5 minutes?
How long are you in town?
I hate to say it, but I knew where to find you. Don, how are you?
He knew he'd be in Lane's office.
Peggy's gonna be leading us through the work, as it were. I assume you're attending.
Burger Chef?
You're on the team.
See, Pete and him are still good. They're going to stay good. I like that.
Did you need something done?
I've asked Don to join us.
I didn't know you wanted the team. Should we get Mathis as well?
No, Don's plenty.
Yeah.
I love Pete.
I love Pete.
Take that, Lou.
Yeah.
I love Lou's angry face. He's like,
God, is there anyone more insecure in this office?
sucks.
Push in to a close-up as we hear Mom's voice, the things on her mind. Let's see. Check that list for the marching band.
Let's see where we're going with this. This is good. Yeah.
He laughs and says, "Can I take you to dinner?" She says, "Next time let me get dinner. You take down the storm windows."
That's solid.
It's really good.
Very nice. I think it's coming along. It's nice to see family happiness again.
He's so old-fashioned.
Yeah.
He's like the worst parts of Freddy.
I know, right?
You know?
Don worked the tag over by the syllable. It's deceptively simple.
Thank you.
Why don't you take us through the legs?
Let's start with radio.
What do you think Blue goes? I think he will.
I think the partners play a part in it. You know what I mean?
I think with my understanding of George Payton, that our success would be further assured if Don delivered the presentation.
Pete is massive in his corner. Ride or die. Yeah.
Don will give authority. You will give a motion.
Don has a motion.
I prefer you as an expert witness. You will introduce him.
But it's your decision.
That's listening. Oh my God.
If you think George Payton will prefer it, I'm not going to ignore that.
You know that she's every bit as good as any woman in this business.
One person.
They really had to butter her up there, didn't they?
Yeah. She really just got manhandled.
She's so past it, though. Yeah, it's like...
I don't know if they're right or not as far as Don doing better with it, but that was a clear shot at Peggy.
I mean, Don can deliver. He can.
Well,
We haven't really seen her deliver.
Nice to see you. Hello, Kenny. How's the kid? Is he flying you? Are you kidding? He's crawling all over the place. You really got to keep an eye on him.
It's like crappy boyfriend from The Wedding Singer.
It was, yeah.
I am all yours. But if you want to see Kevin, you're going to have to see my mother.
I want to see everyone.
It's charming.
He's very charming.
I've given it careful thought, and I think you should give the presentation to Burger Chef.
We got it. She's the one who made it her decision. Yeah.
Mom, can we go to Burger Chef?
Excuse me?
I don't know, just a thought.
I appreciate it, but we already have a strategy.
Right? You don't think he hijacks it, do you?
I don't know. I don't think he changes anything.
Now that gets her?
That'd be grounds for firing.
Big time, yeah. Unless they get it.
Right.
Why didn't you say something?
No, Marcia, this is Megan, Don's wife.
I didn't know he was married.
Oh my God.
What a terrible thing to say.
Hey! I didn't expect to see you.
Megan's in for a visit.
Hey, thanks for the subtitles.
You didn't even ask me how the dry run went.
Was there a problem?
No, they loved it.
Are you mad at me?
Weird energy.
This whole season, she's had a weird energy.
Yes. I see why she's mad here. She did just have her baby yanked away from her.
Sure. And she doesn't necessarily like Don right now.
Yeah.
Stop thinking about Don and start thinking about the company.
I like the low angles and how that was shot.
Yeah.
Take him to a head shrinker. Tried to fillet an undercover officer.
Oh, one of these situations.
But Buick is going to come to you with a great job offer.
What?
Are you going to take it?
Yeah, I guess
so, yeah.
When does all this happen?
Imminently.
So they're firing Sterling Cooper, but hiring
Bob's
Bob.
safe.
Yeah.
Where's Trudy?
She's at the hairdresser. I'm Verna.
Well, Verna's going to come with us to the car.
It's a cute kid.
Yeah, for sure.
You can't be there for her, Maybe if he was better in his relationship.
That's always going to be collateral damage for him. I feel like we're very much nearing the end for these two.
Of course. Of course, it's going to be when he's like, "Oh, I want you."
Right.
We are going to eat this delicious breakfast. And I'm going to take you shopping.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like California over New York for me. I mean, Don could have had this in California.
Yeah, it's always going to be a weird decision for him not to just move when he was basically like...
With her, it's not about the location. It's about him, like you just said,
It came easy. You don't trust it.
It didn't come easy at all.
So find a new one.
He's got one.
The work is great. I'm positive! Exclamation point.
How do I know you're not just saying this so you don't have to come in?
Do you need me to come in?
We both know there's a better idea.
There's always a better idea.
I was going to say the same thing, yeah.
One of my favorite expressions of all time is "there's always a bigger fish."
Yeah.
It's true. I mean, Dawn had a different idea. Do you want to explore that?
That got in her head as soon as he
That's
did
why
that.
she said, "I've been noodling."
Yep.
From now on, I won't express myself.
Now it's tainted. It's poisoned because you expressed yourself.
If you don't want to do it, don't do it.
I'm on Don's side in most of these conversations he's had with. He didn't do anything wrong.
He didn't do anything wrong this time at all. He's being nice to her.
She's spiraling all on her own here.
Yeah.
He's going to go in, isn't he?
He's going to stew on it for sure. These people are addicted to their jobs.
They are. Her saying your idea was a loser is not going to sit well with them all. He's going to bother them all weekend.
Yeah.
We're getting a divorce.
We're still married.
You're not part of this family anymore.
Yeah.
And you're here.
That was so much on Pete's side earlier.
It's like everybody, right? We're all complicated.
Oh. That was rude. But at least we know he's still a 6-year-old.
Yeah. I'm going to ruin your cake.
Seriously.
I see a day that starts with pancakes and ends with an ice cream sundae.
Should I bring the stroller?
I'll carry him if I have to.
Let me get my bag.
He's a good guy. Like, I mean,
No, I think he is, but I also think his sense of self-preservation, he'd cut somebody if he had to.
Yeah.
Which I don't think is a necessarily terrible thing.
And when I say that he's sneaky, I don't necessarily mean that in a bad way. I just mean that he can play things close to the chest, you know?
I want to see you somewhere where there's nothing else going on. Not LA, not here. Just us.
When is he going to catch on to it is the real question.
He should have there.
Yeah. I think maybe part of him does, but like, yeah, okay.
Okay,
there
he
we
knows.
go.
Yeah, he knows that she's packing everything.
You really want to help me? Show me how you think. Do it out loud.
Is this these two, like, reconciling?
I hope so.
Then I start at the beginning again. See if I end up in the same place.
He's handling this really well.
He is.
What is it about that thing? Little boys love it.
Cool.
I thought it was cool.
Yeah,
I wanted to play with it.
I know I shouldn't be saying this because my heart is pounding.
What?
I don't think it's coming on to you.
I know I said I didn't get you anything, but I did.
Oh,
whoa!
I didn't see that coming.
No,
he is coming on to you.
Bob, put that away.
I
She
know
knows.
I should have done this a long time ago.
No.
So you don't feel anything for me? My face doesn't please you? I don't believe it.
Oh God, what a terrible line that was.
I'm so using that next time. Like, my face
doesn't please you. Oh my God, man.
At times like this, Joan, this is when you need someone. We could comfort each other through an uncertain world.
It's not what she wants, though.
Yeah, it's a hard no now. I mean, like,
yeah, now the work is about to explode.
I know I am flawed, but I am offering you more than anyone else ever will.
No, you're not.
Yeah, Roger's got that locked down.
Yeah.
Because I want love.
Yeah.
And I'd rather die hoping that happens than make some arrangement.
I do feel bad for both of them, honestly. I mean, like,
yeah.
A world where you can't be yourself, you know?
Right.
And also her, it's like, you know, she wants love, and it was, hey, come be my fake wife, you know? Like,
well, I mean,
it would be legitimate, but at the same time, it's not.
It's not. I mean, how many guys have probably thrown themselves at
He
her?
also told her, like, I'll be in Detroit, you can do whatever you want.
Right.
You know?
Do you hear this?
I know, they're playing it all the time.
So
You think that's a coincidence?
Yeah.
Come on.
Well, it's good to see these two getting along legitimately better now.
He's been great this episode.
Right? He has. This is a lot. This is a big shift from nobody missed you.
Yeah. I'm glad that we get to see them, you know, reconcile, honestly.
For sure.
The mentorship is back, you know what I mean? Like, he's her mentor.
The motion carries, with 2 abstentions.
All right, everybody back to work.
Oh, good for Harry.
Yeah. That's been coming for a while.
Yeah, it has. It was inevitable. He's running their media department. That's where the money is.
Yeah.
Now we have nothing. We're only weeks away.
Just to hear her out. She'll be done in time for dinner.
The plans got canceled.
Yeah. He got dumped.
Look like it.
Yeah. I'm so hungry for fast food right now.
Me too.
It's going to go to McDonald's after this.
I had Arby's yesterday.
Every table here is the family table.
I hate even the word family. Mom is more specific. Tell her, Don.
She's doing it the way she wants to do it. You want it right or not?
I love that.
Yeah. I think Don's going to get himself back in good graces with everybody except Cutler.
Me too. He's already got Pete.
Yeah.
This feels like a family. Like,
yeah.
This is the original cast.
Right.
It's not the newbies in the office.
As I said,
this was the show.
Every table's the family table.
And this is them.
Yeah.
In many ways, they're the last ones left, really.
Yeah.
The 3 of them.
They've been through a lot together.
They have, man. And it's like, going forward to save the company, really, it's like, these 3 are going to be the heroes, I feel like.
For sure.
And then plus whatever Roger has planned with, I mean, maybe he doesn't have anything planned, but him saying, like, they're trying to steal Buick from us. And she's like, what? He's like, never mind. So
Right.
maybe he's got an idea on how to save that one. Now, this is an episode where if I was at home, immediately would just hop into the next one.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I'm very curious to see where they're going now. Because we spent the first 5. This is episode 6, right?
Yeah, 6.
So we spent the first 5 episodes kind of setting up the world of this season, and we're in really interesting spots. I think the first half of the season really did cover the personal lives and stuff.
Sure.
Obviously, we had some office stuff. We talked about in the beginning, IBM and Don getting back in the office. Now the work is happening.
Right.
And the work sometimes in the show is so compelling. Mm-hmm. We've seen it in every season. The carousel in the first season was some of the most compelling stuff we've seen on TV.
Yeah, I think the pitch, whether Don does it or Peggy does it, because at this point, I don't know what they're going to do.
They're going to do something else.
Right. Yeah, I mean, they're scrapping their idea, so I think the pitch is going to be big for this.
I think it'll be both of them at this point, because, I mean, she went from being on her heels to being like, I don't want Don to do this, to like, all right, just help me. What is your idea? You know it's not good. And
well, it's her idea though. Don just said it. I would be surprised if Don does the pitch at all. Pete's like, I want her to do it, and they had that whole conversation. But
I think
they left it up to her. It wasn't Don's idea that they're doing. It's Peggy's idea. I don't think Don is the person that should give it.
Sure, I think he will if she wants him to.
Sure,
if this really is a collaboration between the two of them, then I think she'll be like, I want you to help me with this, and it'll be like a 2-man job. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
What it's going to be remains to be seen, obviously.
Right.
Very curious though, and I want to see going forward as the IBM stuff grows in the office, how Harry's role grows in the office too, because he's the one that got the computer there, really.
Right.
Learning cover, obviously, but So yeah, I think this next episode is going to be the halfway point.
Sure.
I'm assuming that's where they did the break, right?
Yeah, I mean, if it's 14 episodes, it's going to be 7-7, right?
Yeah, there's no way like 7-6.
Right, yeah.
So, I don't know. Like, I don't know what's going to happen, honestly. And this is the final season, so all bets are off. And season 6 was so crazy. It really was a roller coaster of, like, ups and downs for everybody. This season's been very straightforward, in a good way.
Right. I am kind of curious what's going on with McCann, though. Because we started seeing, I can't remember the guy's name, the guy who runs it. You know, we saw him in season 1, maybe a little bit in season 2, and not again until season 7. We've seen him a couple times, in season 7. So I think he's going to be a big part of whatever's happening moving forward.
Yeah.
And I don't know what that's going to be. I'd be surprised if it was another merger. We already did a merger, right?
The plotting of this season has been fantastic, though. I mean, like, it's really, really good. Playing the long game the best possible way. I'm assuming next week is going to be kind of crazy.
Oh, yeah, just to set up the 6-month break, the hiatus that they did.
Yeah, and I don't know if some Emmy seasons, if they did season 7A and 7B as 2 separate seasons.
Yeah, that's why they did this. Was so that they can split it up. That's why they did it with Breaking Bad for the same reason.
So each season counts as a different awards.
Right. One fits into this year's awards. One fits into the next year's awards.
Got it. And if that's the case, I'm assuming this next episode is going to be pretty great.
Sure.
Also, I'm so glad they got Peggy and Don back together before.
Yeah. Yeah, that was really contentious, and it looked like it was going to stay that way for a while.
Yeah.
But I give all of the credit to Don for making that happen. He just
absolutely
the patience of a saint, which you don't expect from Don.
No.
But he really let some stuff roll off his back, and really saw through a lot of the angst and a lot of the attacks to just help.
And a lot of self-awareness on his own part.
Absolutely.
I would take a nap.
I would yell at you guys to take a nap, and I'd wake up and things would be fine.
That is the most Don Draper thing of all time.
Yeah, that's kind of what he used to do.
So yeah, I mean, the fact that these three are hatching together a little idea, it makes me happy. It harkens back to the original run, really. I mean, the first 3 seasons were a different show completely. We've talked about that,
right?
And 4 on has just been a stronger continuation, honestly.
Right.
I mean, the way this show just levels up each season has been a delight to see, and I honestly kind of sad that this is the last one. This is the last season.
Well, yeah, this is the show you don't want to end.
Yeah.
Well, I do want to see Lou Avery get fired at some point.
Give us that. If we can have one request in the show, let us see Lou go out the door.
We'll catch you next one, guys.
See ya.